What if your dog thinks you're never coming back? What if every time you grab your keys, they're quietly panicking, wondering if they've been abandoned? You think you're just going out, but inside their mind, it's chaos, confusion, maybe even heartbreak. Today, we're diving deep into what actually happens in your dog's brain the moment you walk out that door. The truth might surprise you, and if you're not careful, your daily routine might be damaging the bond without you even realizing it. Let's break it all down: the science, the signs, and what your dog really thinks when you're gone. Dogs are pack animals. In the wild, separation from the group could mean danger, even death. So when you leave, it's not just they're not home. It's a primal response. Where's my pack? Am I safe? And depending on your dog's personality and experience, that moment can trigger stress, fear, or patience. Some dogs calmly wait, snooze by the door, and trust you'll be back. Others, they pace and whine. They destroy pillows. And here's the scary part: 8 out of 10 dogs feel distressed when left alone, but half show no obvious signs. That's right, your silent dog might be suffering, quietly. But if you think that's intense, wait till you hear what they think you're doing when you're gone. So how deep does that feeling go? It depends. If your absence is random, unpredictable, or new, yes, some dogs do feel confused. They don't understand time like we do. They can't check the clock and say, "Oh, mom's at work. She'll be home at 6. But they do learn patterns. And over time, they build an internal clock based on things like light, smells, and body cues. That's why your dog starts getting excited 5 minutes before you even walk in. They feel the rhythm of your return, even if they can't count the hours. But here's the problem. For newly adopted dogs or pups with past trauma, those first absences can feel like abandonment. That's when separation anxiety kicks in, and it gets worse fast if left unaddressed. But the good news? With the right habits and patience, even anxious dogs can learn to feel safe when you're gone. And we'll show you exactly how later in this video. Science says yes, and their brain proves it. In an MRI study led by Emory University, dogs were exposed to 5 scents: a stranger, a known human, another dog, themselves, and their owner. Only one scent lit up the reward center of the brain: their favorite human. That part of the brain is tied to love, bonding, and happiness. Which means your scent doesn't just register, it matters deeply. So when you're gone, they're not just waiting, they're missing you. They don't know where you are. They don't know why you left. They just feel the absence, and they want it to end. If you miss your dog even half as much as they miss you, like the video, and subscribe for more heart-to-heart dog content. Now, let's keep learning what's really going on inside your pup's mind. The short answer? Not much. Dogs don't have complex inner dialogue like humans. They don't reflect, overthink, or plan. Instead, they live moment by moment, reacting to sounds, smells, movement, and memory cues. That's why they can stare at the door for hours, or perk up at the sound of your keys, or wag their tail just from hearing your name. They don't think about you in sentences. They feel you as warmth, safety, and comfort. Yes, sort of. A 2011 Swedish study tested this by observing dogs left alone for 30 minutes, 2 hours, and 4 hours. The result? Dogs showed noticeably more excitement when their humans returned after 2 hours compared to just 30 minutes. More tail wagging, more jumping, more vocalizations. But interestingly, there was no major difference between the 2-hour and 4-hour reunions. So what does that tell us? Dogs can sense the length of absence in a broad way, short versus long. But they can't count minutes or hours like we do. They rely on other cues, fading scent trails, the stillness of the house, changes in light or noise. Time, to them, is more emotional than numerical. So while you're glancing at your watch, worried you're running late, your dog just knows one thing: you've been gone long enough to miss. Here's another question people often wonder. Great question. And the answer is, dogs know we're not dogs. They categorize us as something else and treat us differently than they treat other animals. In fact, a 2013 University of Paris study showed dogs could instantly distinguish dogs from all other species, including humans, just by looking at images. That means they recognize unique canine features like body shape and facial structure, and don't confuse us with their own kind. Plus, behavioral research shows dogs communicate with humans using different eye contact, vocal cues, and gestures than they do with other dogs. So no, your dog doesn't think you're a weird, furless packmate. They know you're human, but in their eyes, you're still family. Whether your dog whines, scratches the door, or chews your couch, the emotional spike hits hardest right after you leave. Their stress hormone rises, their instincts scream, "I've been left behind." And if this happens often, without proper training, it can lead to long-term anxiety, hyper-attachment, or destructive behaviors. That's why short, calm departures matter. Don't turn leaving into a dramatic goodbye. Avoid baby talk, long hugs, or over-reassuring. Leave quietly. Return calmly. Make comings and goings normal, not emotional events. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. Even the most anxious dogs can learn to stay calm when you're away, if you show them how. So let's break down exactly what you can do to help them feel safe. If you want your dog to stay calm while you're gone, don't just wing it. Set them up for success. Dogs feel safest when they know what to expect. So build a predictable routine. Leave behind something familiar, like your worn t-shirt. Play soft music to ease the silence, and keep their mind busy with puzzle toys or a treat-stuffed Kong. But the real key? Practice leaving. Start with short trips, 5, 10, then 20 minutes. Each time you return, you're teaching them. See? I always come back. That's how trust is built, not with words, but with consistency. Because in your dog's world, you're the only constant that truly matters. They don't care about your job title, your errands, or your busy calendar. They just want to know that when the door closes, it will open again, and you'll be there. Every goodbye is a silent hope, and every return, a reminder that love came back home. So now you know. When you leave, your dog isn't just waiting. They're missing their favorite person. If this video taught you something new or helped you see your dog differently, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. At Nosy Paws, we decode dog behavior. See you in the next one.